Good evening, friends, and welcome to yet another very exciting session of Candid Meena. And today we'll be talking about Shahid and Kareena Kapoor, were seen recently in the IFA Award, event, and a lot of controversy has erupted in that particular moment, in which they are seen, sort of looks like flirting with each other, right? And what does this mean for Saif Ali Khan, poor old Saif? And also the fact that Alia Bhatt has some sort of big dilemma. What exactly is that dilemma? We'll be talking about this in this particular session. So it is over to you.
Yeah. Good evening, friends. Welcome to this session. Lots of news to entertain you today, and the most important thing, with regards to beer biceps or Ranbir Alabadia, Samay Raina, Ashish Chanchalani, the controversy. Now, apparently, it has affected their peak price of influencer marketing. Now, the Supreme Court's decision allowing YouTuber and podcaster Ranbir Alabadia to resume uploading his podcasts has proved some relief for him. But however, the fallout from his controversial comments on the India's Got Talent show continues to impact the creator's economy. Influencers are reporting a significant drop in brand endorsement rates, with brands offering up to 50% less than before the controversy. In several cases, influencers are not even considered for brand deals. So this, you see, is the effect of the kind of nonsense that they heaped on people, with everything right from incest to oral sex, which they thought was a huge joke, and which hit back on them. Most it hit them below the belt, is what I would say. And also the fact that, see, now they are not very confident of coming in public as well. So whenever the police, beckon them, or they go for an interrogation to NCW, and what happens is they are ashamed to show their faces. They run like as though some, vampire is behind them, and they hide their faces even when they sit in the car. That's how scared they are of public opinion. And then you see that the kind of bravado they show when they go out of India. You see, the same guy, Samay Raina, the moment he went to Canada, he said, "Thank you for paying my lawyer's fees." For that also, Supreme Court has given him left and right. So this is something that these young boys who think, they're very smart and who are being funded by certain foreign sources will now have to rethink. So they cannot make India America or India Europe, because there are people who have got a lot of values and a good moral upbringing. They don't want India to be stagnated in the manner that they choose. Yeah, Jaidev, your comments on that?
Yeah, so these two top, the so-called top YouTube creators of India, who have a huge avid following on YouTube, now they have realized that they can't get away with anything, with saying anything, any bullshit. And the Supreme Court has really tamed these influencers or creators, and rightfully so. And also, the impact is being seen with the brands who are endorsing them. These brands are scared of endorsing them, and that is the fact, because then the people who saw these two people, making these comments, will start not buying those brands. So each and every brand who they were associated with, they will think twice or thrice before going with them. So now this will, create a sense of fear among other similar level creators or similar level following creators in YouTube. Yeah, they'll be very, very careful about saying anything like this again. So this is a good precedent being set, and it is the right of any creator to be very responsible in what kind of content he or she creates, or what kind of comments he or she says in that particular video. So welcome, Priya, welcome, Pursag, welcome, Leena, and each and everyone. So yes, yeah, this is what's happening. And one thing is very interesting, Leena, is that only rapes in India are being reported by the foreign media, but in other countries they don't get reported as much, right?
Yeah.
Maybe there's an agenda
Nothing.
there.
Even the poverty and the kind of drug addiction that exists in Europe and in America, nothing of that sort is reported because, see, they want to show India in a bad light. And there is opposition who's always trying to, make bad headlines for India.
Yeah, I mean, still the white people would like to see India as an underdeveloped, malnourished
Absolutely.
nation of snake charmers and filth and everything. That's the kind of image that the Westerners still like to see in films as well, and that's the reason why that film got very popular, in which A.R. Rahman made music, right? That controversial film. Yes. Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news,
Yeah,
and this
Prasad
is
says people must stop watching Ranveer Samay kind of podcast. Public must teach them a lesson. Absolutely. Now, moving on to the next story, uh, it looks like Kareena is trying to get her sweet revenge, after the six stab wounds happened to her Nawab Mia. So there has been a lot of bad blood between Kareena and her Nawab Mia ever since that incident happened in Mumbai. And apparently now she's being very vocal, and she's also enjoying the fact that she has other choices perhaps. So this is what we have seen in IFA. Now what has happened is, at the IFA award, uh, there was a moment when both of them came on stage in Jaipur, at the IFA 2025 press conference on Saturday. And they created a moment where Kareena broke the ice by talking to Shahid, and they were seen hugging and chatting as the paparazzi captured the rare interaction. At first, Shahid was rather shy, but Kareena was, went overboard, trying to make him, comfortable. And as they were speaking, Shahid spoke about the reunion with Kareena. He said, "For us, it's nothing new. आज स्टेज पे मिले और हम लोग इधर उधर मिलते रहते हैं. Today we met on stage, but we keep running into each other here and there. But it's totally normal for us. If people felt nice, it's good." As you remember, they were in a relationship in the 2000s and starred together in a movie called, in several movies, in fact, including Fida, Chup Chup Ke, and Jab We Met. And apparently, their online chemistry was something that people liked. Now, the two, while shooting Imtiaz's Jab We Met, which emerged as a box office hit, then they reunited for Urta Punjab, but didn't share a screen space, with each other there. And apparently, we also got news that Shahid Kapoor's wife was traveling alone, and this is news coming from one of our, viewers from UK. She said that Meera was seen at the airport on a solo trip, and she calls it a sweet revenge, getting back at Seth. Apparently, Kareena is now going overboard to make sure that Seth is going to, cringe backstage when he sees his wife flirting or even trying to be over friendly with her ex lover. Now, Lena says Kareena married them for money after Saif losing the ancestral property. Change has happened. Is it just PR? Even Saif talked to Shahid on Karan's show. And Pursak says, I don't understand why government is so quick to free them. Yet our beloved SSR not getting justice. Yes, absolutely. Now, while we are on this, the so many stab wounds that Saif Ali Khan, endured. Now, we are not surprised. With the next piece of news, it's not going to shock you, friends. It's something that you'll say that, oh, well, we expected it. And that is apparently Lilavati Hospital, which has given a very, glorified report about how Saif Ali came in as a lion, and he roared and he bled like a, and he was a warrior, similar to the latest, Chava warrior. So everything, all the, proper, adjectives were used to glorify Saif. Apparently now, That same hospital, which refused to show us the CCTV footage, is in deep problem. Now, Lilavati Hospital Trust alleges rupees 1,200 crore fraud and files complaint with ED. The Lilavati Kirtilal Mehta Medical Trust filed a complaint against its ex-trustees accusing them of siphoning off trust funds through fraudulent means and illegal offshore transactions. The charitable trust that operates Mumbai's Lilavati Hospital has filed a complaint with the ED against its former trustees alleging financial embezzlement exceeding rupees 1,200 crores. And following a prolonged legal battle, the current trustees had assumed control of the trust, and the audit was conducted by Chetan Dalal Investigation and Management Services. Now, the audit found illegal investments worth rupees 11.52 crores in companies such as Mayfair Realtors and Vesta India, allegedly made without proper accounting, fraudulent legal fee payments of rupees 44 crores, misrepresented as legitimate expenses, procurement related financial mismanagement exceeding 1,200 crores, involved alleged kickbacks and illicit dealings with third party distributors. It also found an ongoing investigation in Gujarat into the theft of valuables from Lilavati Hospital's Gujarat facility, a rupees 500 crore tax claim filed by the Income Tax Department in the High Court challenging disallowed expenses by the former trustees. Based on these findings, multiple first information reports, which are FIRs, have been registered against the accused at Bandra Police Station and later transferred to the Economics Offence Wing. The accused named in the FIR are Chetan P. Mehta, Rekha H. Sheth, Ayushman Mehta, Niket V. Mehta, Sushila Mehta, Rashmi Mehta, Bhavin Mehta, and Nimesh Sheth. So a lot of them seem like, because since they have the same surnames, I wonder whether they are family. Now, the alleged financial misconduct has reportedly impacted the hospital, a multi-specialty institution serving thousands of patients daily. The trust claimed that the misappropriation has compromised patient care as funds meant for medical facilities were allegedly misused, affecting hospital operations. The trust said the financial fraud drained charitable resources as donations and funds earmarked for healthcare were diverted. It eroded public trust by raising concerns over governance and financial accountability in India's charitable healthcare sector. We are committed to ensuring that every rupee meant for patient care is used solely for that purpose. The financial mismanagement uncovered is a betrayal of public trust and a threat to our hospital's mission. We urge authorities to take swift action so that justice is served and our institution continues to provide world-class healthcare without financial uncertainty, is what Prashant Mehta, resident trustee of the hospital, said. Now, we also wonder, because we also know that a very familiar person has become a part of this hospital. Now, how much he has contributed to this, we hope that news will also come out, because the way the Saif Ali case has been handled, that Lilavati has been hiding a lot of issues. Yeah, back to you, Jay.
There's a lot of shady stuff going on with that, and also the fact that in Lilavati Hospital, what the doctor said about Saif Ali Khan, his injuries, is complete mismatch to the medical report which we saw, right? It says lacerations on the medical report, but the stab wounds is what those doctors said. And those doctors of Lilavati Hospital said that leakage of spinal fluid and all those things, and 7, 8 stab wounds. So why are they not questioned? And why is Mumbai police also should look at this particular scam that Lilavati Hospital, that the ED and the Economic Offence Wing is investigating at this moment, the misappropriation. And the Mumbai police also should ask, this question to Lilavati Hospital management, how this mismatch between what the doctors said and the medical report of Saif Ali Khan, right? And the medical report says that he was accompanied by some guy who we talked about, right? But Saif Ali said he was accompanied only by his son.
Yeah.
So all these things also have to be
No,
questioned.
now, on the humorous side, Jaydev, now I wonder, whether that Bangladeshi guy, who crossed all the rivers and came to India was he in disguise? We don't know, no? Because see, they are like bread and butter, you know. Paramir Singh and Wazi are like bread and butter. Now we do not know if the Bangladeshi guy, whose father doesn't recognize him, must be Wazi in disguise, no? Even that they should tell us because they are the best of buddies. The one will say something, the other one will do it immediately. That is what happened in the SSR case. The moment the Shah died, he was hired, to investigate. So that is, of course, a genuine question. She will do anything to stay in limelight, is what Prasad says about Kareena. And she says, seems like Kareena has no dignity. The way she behaves with everybody, very obnoxious lady. Yes.
Yeah,
Lena,
also,
yes. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah, Lena says a very good point. On what basis did Niva Bupa approve the insurance claim, the medical insurance claim, which was worth so many lakhs? That's a very, very valid question. And, this is also very, this may, I mean, this should be looked upon by the Economic Offense Wing and, ED as well, right?
And Dhanashri is saying, seriously, who is the writer behind Saif Ali's so-called injury? It could be someone like, who's senile, or perhaps, who I mean. So he could be that, person. Kishore, welcome. Greetings to you both. And before Holi happens, wish you all a very, very happy
Very,
Holi.
very happy
May,
Holi to each and
may you
everyone.
have, may you make a lot of sweets, enjoy with friends, put as many colors on each other as possible. Forget about all the woke people who walk around saying, no this, no water, no that. Enjoy yourself completely and make sure that you, share your sweets with all your loved ones. Kapoor's cousins, lol, shameless. Yes. And Pusak says, public must understand they are doing anything to stay in limelight. Don't sympathize or believe anything about their behavior. Just ignore all Bollywood drama. And Anisha says, was Saif's injury
It's
not
quite
clear? Yeah,
obvious.
this is something we have to ask Paramveer Singh.
Unless he's
Because
not a
even
human being.
yeah, because even everything that happened in the SSR case, nothing is believable, right? Everything was a sham. So even in Saif Ali's Khan, because Paramir's head is looming very big, or high over this whole case, I wonder whether this is also true. Because nothing wherever this man makes his presence is true. Everything is, somewhat of a Bollywood story. When is holiday? I think day after tomorrow, isn't it, Jaydev? Holi. So just we will double check and make sure. Day after tomorrow is what I understand. Jaydev will confirm that.
Yeah, day after tomorrow,
Yeah,
14th of March.
yeah. So meanwhile, now since Alia Bhatt is nowhere in the radar, now nobody has even knows that she exists. Now this lady has to somewhat bring herself back into attention. And now one thing very clear that you will understand from the recent interview that she has given is that she's copying Deepika Padukone, blindly. Even the way she speaks, everything. This was in an interview with Jay Shetty. So in that you will see that everything, even the pause, the way she uses her fingers, everything. She seems to be a mad fan of Deepika Padukone, and so just don't mistake her for Deepika Padukone when you see the interview. A few days ago, I watched the interview of Anushka. The way she gives interview is unbearable. Now you should listen to Alia, then you will have even a bigger heart attack. Justice for SSR is long overdue. Best wishes for. Thank you so much, and wish you all a very happy Holi. Now, in the recent interview, Alia made a revelation about her mental health struggle. Now, why are we not surprised? Depression seems to be hitting everybody. Now, she emphasized that she had been clinically diagnosed with ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and anxiety. She also emphasized that while she would take medication for it, she has chosen not to and is instead actively working on managing it through personal efforts. During the podcast, she spoke about the challenges. I was recently diagnosed with ADHD. I had a proper backing for me to not just say I was having an anxious day. It's just not that. She further explained how her condition affected her physically, especially in social situations. I was finding it very hard. My body was heating up at social gatherings and I was physically responding to it. I was also finding it hard to focus on certain things. And realizing that something deeper was at play, she said that she took a professional test uh, over 3 days, which confirmed she had that. And rather than feeling overwhelmed, she found solace in the clarity that came with the understanding of her condition. Strangely, I felt happy because my ADHD diagnosis gave me information. Lack of information is what throws me off the most. I'm always seeking clarity and comfort. I'm very averse to change, but once I became aware of these things, dealing with them became much simpler. Now, why are we not surprised with this woman's confession? Because the same thing was, what Deepika said. Now, is she just copying Deepika and hoping that she will follow on her footsteps? And on top of that, more, interesting is the fact that Karan Johar says that he's not on Ozempic and that he's following a very healthy diet, and that is why he has become thin as bones. So these are the things that the lies, the sweet lies that these people dole out to you. Meena and Jerry, you guys give such great perspective on these people. You both would be on the Bollywood radar. Keep up the truth, says Reens. Lena says anxiety because money isn't coming. Yes, absolutely. What a joke. It is SSR curse, nothing else. Happy Holi, Akshada. Always nice to see you. Now, meanwhile, the lady who has been, following Rishabh Pant, isn't it Rishabh Jade? Urvashi Rotela? Rishabh Pant, isn't it? The woman who's been sort of following Rishabh Pant all over the globe, now suddenly becomes the first actress to buy a Rolls Royce Cullinan worth rupees 12 crores. And this after her vulgar dance in Daku Maharaj. You remember the dance, which was later cut out from Netflix. Now, Urvashi Rautela and Nandamuri Balkrishna's bold steps is not what I would say, most obscene steps. So they are almost in lines of beer biceps. In Daku Maharaj's song WDW garnered severe backlash from audiences on social media. In the track, Balakrishnan is seen hitting a belly button on beats and later on at the rear. The choreography was termed vulgar and cringe by netizens on social media, but Urvashi, who's paid handsomely for her projects, made history by becoming the first actress to buy a Rolls-Royce Cullinan worth rupees 12 crores. She also joined the Instagram Forbes Rich list. Now, the actress has reacted to the audience's criticism and said the song is made for Balaya fans and every lyric is crafted according to their mindset. When you look at my rehearsal clips, everything went really well. It was like how we usually choreograph for any song. I was working with Master Shaker, with whom I've been collaborating before this. Was my fourth time. So it wasn't like I was shocked or doing something out of the ordinary. So, as long as these women get money and they're, driving in luxury cars and they're being wooed and, dined and wined and all that, these people have absolutely sort of qualms because this is how Bollywood is, what do you say, they roll. That's how they do it. And that is the only thing that matters. They are not looking at intellect or anything. They are just looking at which car rolls at an Ambani party, or at an Ambani dinner. So that's all your status. Are you coming in a Rolls Royce? Are you wearing diamonds? Are you wearing carrying a Louis Vuitton bag? So these are the criteria that will say that you are Nita Ambani's best friend. So Urvashi Rautela is just fulfilling all her dreams.
Also, friends, I have one big breaking news. Is that Smita Prakash or of ANI? She has recently had a very good podcast with regards to how the Bollywood PR they create the fake positive reviews and all those things which we revealed earlier on our Candid Meena show, and now she has taken up that topic in which Al Jazeera has given a wonderful article. And now on her channel, she has done a podcast on that particular.
So it's
Uh,
good, which means mainstream media is slowly following on our footsteps.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
Dhanashree
that
says, yeah, you wanted to continue.
Yeah, so one more interesting point, friends, is that Nadania, in which Ibrahim Khan or Saif Ali Khan's son and Kushi Kapoor, Sridevi's daughter, is seen in their first film on Netflix. On Netflix Instagram account, Netflix is promoting their films, and if you look at the comments is very, very, very critical and negative, and those are all organic comments coming from the subscribers of Netflix. And you have one or two comments, saying that these two actors did a wonderful job, and those are the PR of either Netflix or the people of Bollywood. So they are having a very hard time, justifying and saying good things about these two people. So Netflix has a very hard job at hand. Yes, well said. So, friends,
Does wish you a very happy and colorful Holi. And also, Dhanashree says Urvashi Rautela is the civilized version of Rakhi Sawant and Sherlyn Chopra. And Jazz says, well done, Dhanashree, you nailed it. So then you have Reena who says that was a really bad movie. So here, when Jerry speaks about Nadania, there was a very funny critique by someone on Twitter who said that it was like cringe watching, and first of all, the title itself, these two people being called Nadania, innocent people, my God, you know, the whole thing is about how they can't act for nuts, you know and this is something that they will have to live with each time they are launched. And which takes me to also this point that Bonnie M is going to again launch her in another movie. Apparently Bonnie said that in this IFA, he said that he's making a sequel to Sridevi's last film, Mom, and starring his daughter. And during this, he said that he's announced a plan for a sequel to Sridevi's last movie starring his daughter Kushi, as though he didn't know she couldn't act. Now, while speaking to the media on the green carpet, he said his love for his daughters Kushi and Janvi and mentioned the efforts to follow in their mother's steps to achieve excellence. He said, "I've watched all of Kushi's films, Archie, Love, Yappa, and Nadanya. I'm planning a film with her too. After No Entry, it would be a movie with Kushi. It could be Mum too. She's trying to follow in the footsteps of her mother. Her mother was a top star in all the languages she worked. I hope they succeed in the same level of perfection." So you can see how they're desperately trying to copy their mother, who has been living, breathing, and drinking movies from childhood. She was a child actress and she grew up and, she was in that. So she had basic talent. These two children are just like Alia Bhatt. No, they don't know how to act. And this girl has got the perfect partner in Ibrahim, Saif Ali's son. They look like two puppets, mouthing some dialogue. Even that they can't, because I'm sure somebody is just reading out to them. They would have said, "Papa, मुझे नहीं होता है, मैं by heart नहीं करूँगा, मैं जरा दिखा दो, text." मैं ऐसे ही बोलते ना. So these people would have had some PR people managing them, saying that, "Please read out the dialogues, I will." So that's how emotionless these dialogues are. Please don't make them, make us suffer them. This is what I'm requesting all these Boni Kapoor daddies. First of all, we do not trust you. On top of that, you drop your two kids also on us. This is really like a horror, a movie happening. These two daughters coming in.
I mean, this is why Alia Bhatt is in depression, because Karan Johar has forgotten about her. And now Karan Johar is promoting these kids. Yeah.
Tanushree says, in fact, Vivek Agnihotri also talking about big collection of movies, but he was supporting. Yes, absolutely. These are all hypocrites, number one. How their spineless and selective outrage can be seen in them. Yes. Bollywood is ruined, no talent. These people are under the influence, yes, absolutely, of substances, yes. save your money, don't waste your time watching their films. No, the moment they go out of the theaters, we just, we have such a sigh of relief. But the moment we, do that, Netflix says they've come there. Now we can't do anything. Everything is an advertisement of the son and the daughter, or the other son and daughter, or these nepo kids are running around like cockroaches. We can't do anything about them. Now, if we can't take out the spray, because all the daddies will come behind us now. So this is something that we really have to deal with. Sri Devi's daughter are only results of good and bad surgery. Absolutely. From bottom to top, it's all surgery. Right, we are suffering. Yes, Akshada. Yes. Dr. Raj Kanodia, surgeon, could not do a better job on Kushi, unlike Anushka. You come out with the right one. Not two kids of Monica, but also his son. Thank you for reminding me, Dhanishri. Out of the three, he's the worst. And on top of that, he's got arrogance also. At least these two girls don't have so much arrogance. But this man, he, without movies in hand, he will kick people out.
Without a single hit in hand, he is so arrogant. That is very
Yes, they're absolutely cockroaches, right? Right, Leader. Everybody is having a real, yeah, very well said, Veena ji. Papa, ye humse acting na hoga, and we are fine with. Well said, Jaz. So this is really amusing, and yeah, back to you, Jay.
Yeah, that's all the news for today, friends, and we will see you tomorrow once again. Until
Yeah,
then,
but just before we end, I just wanted to give our friends one more news, and that is the breaking news was that the United States denied entry to Pakistan's ambassador to Turkmenistan, Mr. Ahsan Bagan, and deported him from Los Angeles on Tuesday. Bagan was traveling with a valid US visa and all necessary travel documents when he was stopped by the US immigration authorities. And reports say that, this was done, US immigration system flagged him due to controversial visa references, which led to his immediate deportation. The US deported him to his point of departure, raising questions regarding diplomatic protocol and the US response to that matter. Later, Pakistan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that Vagan was traveling to the US for a personal visit. Now, the deportation of this envoy comes amid rising concerns over potential restrictions on Pakistani nationals' travel to the US. Last week, reports indicated that Pakistan could be included on a list of nations facing tough visa scrutiny as part of US immigration reforms. So this was reported by the Express Tribune. So this is the last piece of news that I wanted to convey to you. And also a few points coming in, very interesting ones. Looking at Arjun Kapoor, even beggars have... Yes, and Lena says, so let me just take a few more comments. Lena says, because he has done wrong things inside US. And so many theatre students deserve to be on screen, but only star kids and models and cheap entertainers get the chance. So with that, and a great sense of humor coming from all of you guys. Thank you so much. Good night. Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri.